Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Sam and Hunter back with The Educated Consumer, and today we are going to talk all things closing costs.
Yes.
So what to expect,
So
general kind of price ranges, and how you can prepare for them in a home purchase. So to kind of start things off, Hunter,
what are
talk
closing
to
costs?
us a little bit about what to expect from a lender.
So, I mean, closing costs can bracket out. And so we're going to kind of bracket them out, right? Kind of your first one you want to focus on, lender fees, right? How much does the lender charge for me to close, right? And so typically when you look at lender fees, it's going to be a broad range. I mean, you can see $500 to a couple $1,000s. That's where origination fees can be in there. Most of your origination fees are basically overhead costs, right? The cost of having an office, the cost of having a staff, the cost of doing
The cost
a loan.
of getting a loan.
The cost of doing a loan, correct. And then you can get into like discount points and origination, like deeper origination fees where they're charging you money to get rates, right? I would say rule of thumb, typically a true lender fee that we see in the market is anywhere from $1,100 to $2,500. You get north of that, start asking some questions, right? Start getting some clarity on why that fee is, a little bit higher, right? Than what we feel like normal market fees are. And then we get into like property fees. You know what I mean? And so what are property fees?
Sure.
Or closing costs?
So this makes up the majority of closing costs, right? Doing your due diligence on the property, and what comes with that is costs. So let's dive in. First, appraisal fee. So all an appraisal is just one person's opinion on the value of the property.
Opinion, keyword.
Is the appraisal system outdated by any chance, do you think?
Very. I mean, to me, it is a piece that they have to change because, again, you put 10 opinions in a house and you ask for 10 opinions of value. It can fluctuate. That'll be another video for another day.
I was about to say.
Typical fees on an appraisal that we see in our market. What are we seeing, like from a fee standpoint?
$600.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I would say $600, and if you're dealing with a more expensive house,
unique property,
something unique, expect about $1,000.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And sometimes your bigger houses can be a little bit steeper than that. It depends. What's a market norm? $600.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And so their job is to determine the value of the property. Kind of parlaying off that, home inspections dig into the property and basically look at condition of the property.
100%. Does a lender require home inspections?
A lender does not.
Correct.
A lender doesn't want to see home inspections. Please do not send your lender your home inspections.
Right. This is right. Want to make sure the house is in good standing order, right? There's no issues with it.
So you're almost always going to be getting a standard inspection. If you're in an area with pests or you want to get radon,
lots of weather,
those costs can get substantially higher, but I would say to a lot for about $750 as well for an inspection
report. And that
report.
typically, right, when we see $750 to $800, that's going to include a pest inspection and a home inspection. Like Sam said, you can get down a rabbit hole real quick on radon and AC tests and a roof test, and you can go out of control on inspection. So just know the norm in the market though is home inspection and pest inspection.
Yep. Kind of rolling on title search and title insurance.
What is that?
It protects your legal rights to the property. It's a one-time insurance cost, and the cost varies depending on the value of the home. Typically, $1,500 as a one-time fee. So the way that I like to explain title insurance is stick to the property and say you're buying 123 Main Street. The owner of 123 Main Street hasn't paid the property taxes for 3 years. Somehow, they don't catch it. Through, they don't catch it, and you close, and now the county starts coming after you.
Yeah, because they didn't satisfy that lien on the property.
Right.
And
so
rolled over to the new owner.
They think you owe that money, so
100%.
This protects you against that.
Yep. And so you're going to see a title search and title insurance place. So they're going to search the title first. That's going to be a couple $100. Right, to search it, make sure there are no liens, there's nothing out there, and then they're going to place that insurance policy once they do the search that just says, hey, I've searched it, everything's good. So let's just say you get through title fees and they're, like I said, $500 to $1,500. You get through it, you close, and then there's a problem. Guess what? Then that title insurance policy kicks in, and if they made a mistake and they missed something, the title insurance policy is going to pay out on that mistake. So a little bit deeper, there will definitely be another video on that. But just want to make sure you understand title insurance.
Yep, and once again, a lot for about $1,500 there. I would say
that's
for
safe.
a $400,000, $500,000 house.
Yep.
Homeowners insurance, a wonderful topic in 2025, where there's a fire in every other state.
Yep.
You're either in a state that will have a fire, have a hurricane, have a tornado, or have a snowstorm.
Really put all of these things into a blender and just stir them up.
I guess what I get at is you can probably budget for about $2,000 a year for homeowners insurance. So the way it works is you will pay for a year's worth of your insurance at closing.
Yep.
And so that gets sent directly to the insurance company from your attorney, who you close with.
You're bound from the day of closing till the same
and
day the
then
following
every
year.
month you make payments into your escrow account to kind of recoup that cost, and then pay it again for another 12 months the following year. But those are costs need to be accounted for, and that will honestly greatly vary by where in the country you are.
1,000%. Like it used to be, a couple of years ago, we probably could have given a good range, but with all this crazy weather we've had, insurance has been all over the place. And yes, if you live at the coast, it's going to be higher. If you live in the mountains, it's going to be higher, right? If you live in a flood zone, it's going to be higher. So it is vital that you have, one, a good mortgage advisor, and two, a good insurance agent that can really explain your policy and figure out where that is. But I think that range that you gave of $2,000 is pretty spot on.
100%. And kind of to wrap things up, talk to us a little bit about the fees to actually execute the closing between both parties.
Absolutely. So you're going to, when you close, right, and we're an attorney state in North Carolina, so we meet with an attorney. So when you meet with an attorney in North Carolina, you're going to sign, and then they're going to take your deed of trust, your security instruments that make that loan legal and binding, and they're going to go down to the county courthouse, whatever county you're closing in. And it doesn't matter where you are in the country. They have to record the security instruments on record. And so they're going to charge you recording fees. And, typically I think a range, anywhere from $90 to $290. It's not crazy for them to record, but they're going to charge you for them to go down to the courthouse and record your house and make it binded and legal at that point. So, and then you've got, we're in an attorney state, right? If you're in California, you're in a title, and like a title company is going to come in and facilitate the closing. And so for us specific, we're in a closing attorney state. And so meaning you're going to sit with an attorney. There's an attorney that's going to facilitate the deal. They're going to manage the numbers. They're going to put the numbers together with the lender. And then you're going to go meet with that attorney and sign all the legal documents at closing. And so, again, that can be a pretty wide range too. Typically what we see in and around our market is around $1,500, I think is a safe number, anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 total with all of their fees, because they're going to break them out into different kind of levels of their fees. It's a little hard to really figure out what their fees are, because they break them out in these small numbers, but there's 8 of them and you add them all together and it's $1,500, $2,000.
Yeah.
Right? You think that's safe?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's...
Yeah, that's safe. We should have got our real estate attorney's license.
100%. Correct. You got it. They come in at the end and
or the intermediary. You send all your money there and they disperse it to their parties. So it's a necessary party to have.
It's the way we do business.
It's the way we do business.
You don't think you're going to have some attorney on retainer that you can run every question by when you buy a house. Typically, you're seeing them at the closing table and they're facilitating the documents and explaining those to you.
And so to wrap things up, I know we went through those specific fees and kind of how things are structured closing cost-wise.
Yep. Yeah,
talk to me a little bit about generally what to budget for, what to expect.
I mean, listen, this is going to be another big range, right? So there's a lot of factors that go into total closing costs. I would say factor between 2 and 5%, depending on the loan, depending on the size of the loan, the location of the loan. Do we have flood insurance? Do we have? There's some factors, and that's a big range, right? I would say if we're really trying to budget and just as a first-time buyer, hey, I really just want to have an idea, split me in the middle. Let's go 3%.
I was about to say $10,000.
Yeah,
I think
I like that.
The only states that it will be higher than that, one without a doubt, Florida will be. I've done a good amount of business in Florida, and that they will definitely be higher. They have some specific state taxes, transfer taxes, and some states do.
Yep.
But I will say
Which can drive them
generally,
up.
states on the coast, states with more expensive insurance, expect closer to 15.
I
For
think that's safe. I like that. I mean,
states kind of in the middle of the country, 7,500 to 10,
yeah, depending on the price,
depending
right?
on the price.
And again, it just, you go pay a bunch of discount points to get your rate low, and that's $7,000. I mean, you can drive it up, dude. You can hit $20,000 easy. But normal, like true normal fees on a normal closing, that range of $7,000 to $10,000 is pretty safe.
Great.
If you need specific ones, though,
I was about to say, contact us. This is what we do all day long.
every day.
So exciting.
Yes,
And
exhilarating.
we'd love to chat with you through your specific situation.
Yeah.
And until next time, we'll catch y'all later.
Love it.